Hi everyone, welcome to this week's astrology and tarot reading. And there's a lot going on this week, so there's quite a lot for me to talk about with the astrology, but I don't want to get the video, or allow the video to be too long. So I'll try to move quickly through the information. And I'm using 3 cards from the Simply Deep Tarot, and hopefully I'll have time to do one Chakra Insight Oracle card as well. So this week we have another eclipse. By the way, this is for the 6th to the 12th of August. Sorry, I forgot to say that. 2018. I did miss out last week because I was just super busy, and I just did a little update on Facebook about the astrology for everyone that follows me on Facebook. But there's a lot to talk about this week, so anyway, I'll get into it. So this week we have the third eclipse out of the series that we've had this eclipse season. And it's kind of more on the unusual side to have 3 eclipses in sort of one season. It's usually 2. But this is, it's been an intense time, and I'm sure you're feeling the energies if you're watching this, how intense the energies have been. You know, there's things going on like energy shifts, clearing old ancestral karma. So through, what your programming is around relationships and finances and the way you live your life. There is a lot of trauma to clear. So that's kind of part of, I feel, what's going on with this, series of eclipses. But this week, it's actually Saturday, August 11th, we have the new moon solar eclipse in Leo. So that's at 18 degrees of Leo. If you have anything around 18 to 20, or let's say, between 16 to 20 degrees of a fixed sign, this could definitely affect you. So fixed signs being Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus. It's a partial solar eclipse, and, it's kind of intense being in the fixed signs. The fixed signs relate to stability and constancy and maintaining energy. Okay, so that's kind of something that could get triggered for you is where are you stuck in a rut, or where do you feel that you need to sort of change things to refresh the energy. Just a bit of a warning though with this eclipse energy, with Mars still being retrograde in Aquarius, it's not a good time to sort of overuse your ego in a negative way. So Leo can be quite bombastic. It can be very much like, look at me, I'm the best, that type of energy. In its shadowy aspect, Leos, love to shine, and they're natural performers and very self-expressive and open with their self-expression, very proud, but they do, like any sign, they have a shadow side. And just because Mars is still retrograde and because of this eclipse in Leo, I would say do not instigate, do not be the instigator of negativity, of aggression, of an over-dominant ego at this time, because it could really come back to you in a really harsh way. So, and we're coming off of the July 27 blood moon eclipse. So that was very intense. It's full moon, that one we had. And now we're having the partial solar eclipse. So new moon solar eclipse. So that's going to be an intense energy building up to the weekend of this, this coming weekend, the 11th, okay? Now, the other thing is, let's just go through the week for this week. So Monday, these are the main things that I see with the transits. Venus is going to be at the anaretic degree of Virgo, so watch out for people expecting perfection from you, or you expecting it from yourself. Feeling overly anxious about being perfect, whether it's through your work or your appearance or behavior, or even the behavior of others. Being too strict on yourself or others. Also, do watch out on Monday for nervous tension and stress. Also stress with communications as well. Tuesday, Venus actually moves into Libra, which is nice. It's, Venus rules Taurus and Libra. So it's in one of its home signs there. And this really relates to relationship harmony, a focus more on harmony and balance in relationships, and also balance within yourself. So it's a good time to work on mind, body, balance, maintaining balance in your daily routine, your physical body. It's also to do with beauty and also teamwork and general, you know, love, energy and harmony and connecting with others. So that is nice. Venus going to Virgo. The only issue we have is that by Wednesday we have some harsh aspects involving Venus and Chiron. We have Venus and Chiron making a square. Sorry, not a square. It's an opposition because Chiron is in Aries. So yeah, so Chiron and Venus will be opposed to each other on Wednesday, and at the same time Uranus goes retrograde on Wednesday in Taurus. So some kind of unexpected energy with Uranus retrograde. We could be internalizing a lot of issues to do with relationships. Also on Wednesday, Mars retrograde in Aquarius makes a trine with Venus in Libra. So that's actually quite positive. But then we've got that harsh energy with Venus and Chiron's all about our inner wounds. So it looks to me like triggered by masculine, feminine dynamics, love relationships. There is some kind of, I don't always want to say demand to heal something. And it could be getting triggered from another person that you know, someone that means a lot to you, soul connections, soul groups, soulmates, that type of thing, relationships. There could be issues flaring in relationships on Wednesday, to put it simply, but there is something that can be healed here, and it might be difficult, but there is something that is going to be facilitated for some people, not everybody, to do with healing, okay? Thursday, the Sun and Mercury conjunct in Leo with Mercury retrograde. So when the Sun and Mercury conjunct, information and activity can happen very, very quickly. But Mercury's retrograde, so it's like we do have to double check everything, as tedious as it is at the moment. Double check important information, and you know, be careful what you communicate, because we can, with Sun and Mercury conjunct, it's known as being combust, and energy can sort of get carried away with itself. It can just sort of people can speak without thinking on Thursday, and you know, there can be some triggering going on. Or you can feel burnt out as well. That's another way you can, you know, mentally and energetically you can feel burnt out. So, what was the other thing? And then Thursday and Friday, there could be some feelings of, for some people, of something to do with tensions in love or issues with finances within a relationship, or wanting to sort of spend more money than you have, with Venus in Libra square with Saturn in Capricorn. So you need to take care with spending, I would say, Thursday and Friday, with that aspect. And also there can be tensions with authority figures, so on the job on Thursday, Friday, or with a parent or someone that is an older person or someone that you look up to. And then we finish off the week with the eclipse. So it's a lot. There's not usually that many transits to discuss, but yeah, I hope you followed all that. There's quite a bit there. Alright, so now to the cards. So I decided to use the Simply Deep Tarot by, artwork is by James Battersby, and the deck is also by Chanel Bayless. I don't use these cards that often, but let's see. Just need to give them a good shuffle. What the energies are. Oh, I want to use those two. Oh, there's actually three. There you go. The deck chose for me. I didn't even have to choose them. That's unusual. Doesn't usually happen. There's a lot of energy going on here. I can feel it. Okay. The Ten of Cups. The Nine of Cups. That's so surprising. Oh my gosh. What is going on here? The Two of Cups. Very unexpected. And these just literally flew out of the deck. So it looks to me like what I was talking about with the astrology, there could be an opportunity to have a healing in a relationship this week. All right. The Ten of Cups is, you know, love and happiness and abundance and everything that you're wishing for. And the Nine of Cups is also a very similar thing, where it's wishes fulfilled. And then you have the Two of Cups, which is relationships, a one-on-one relationship, soulmate relationship, very deep, you know, karmic connection as well. So wow, that's very, very intense. There's a big focus on other people. I mean, this makes a lot of sense actually with Venus going to very idealistic Libra, which brings, it's a very romantic energy, you know, it's a desire for romance and harmony and all those very idealistic, very high level experiences that are almost like a movie, you know. So with Venus moving into Libra this week, as I mentioned, we might start to get on a bit of a fantasy trip when it comes to relationships, or hoping for something better in our lives, you know. If we're in a situation that feels really difficult or stuck, we may start fantasizing about a different life, and you know, rather than sort of get stuck fantasizing, you might want to work on actually manifesting what it is that you want. So it's maybe a good time to write a list, because it's showing that things can manifest this week. But it's very hopeful for people out there in relationships. I am getting the word healing, so there is an opportunity for many people. It won't be everybody, but for many people to heal something in love. And it might be just within yourself, about your own heart. So, you know, if you truly open your own heart, your heart chakra, and you come from your heart, then healing, you know, gets facilitated in relationships and in your life much more easily than if you sort of walk around with a closed heart and you make life difficult for yourself and others. You know, there is a huge difference. So when we come from our heart and we open our heart, we actually have the opportunity to create a very idealistic life, because we're coming from a higher vibration and we don't sort of fester in the lower energies as much. We may have to deal with the darker energies at times, but we can more easily transform them through love. And that sounds very idealistic, and for some people it might sound completely impractical, but the other option is just living, you know, living a miserable life and creating destruction through negativity. I mean, I'm talking about extremes here. Obviously, there's always, you know, the middle level energies as well, which are different. But this is talking about holding that vision for a very idealistic life for yourself when it comes to manifesting your dreams, manifesting what you want. So if you're watching this video, I really feel like there is a major message in here for you that you can achieve something very idealistic in love. And it may not be easy and it may not come about perfectly, but the thing is, there is potential for love relationships to experience a very, very deep healing where, you know, whoever's involved in a relationship, however that relates to you, it's almost like, I want to say, things are going to work out better than what you're expecting. And that might not be that it works out that way this week, but the message is coming to you this week that to know that things are going to work out better than you're anticipating. And as I said, it doesn't mean things are always going to be perfect, but it doesn't mean that, I mean, look at this energy here. It's just absolutely divine. And it really relates to this series of eclipses that we've got going on, where it's almost like an energy portal to ascend to a new level and to sort of break the old mold of programming that we came into this life with, that was given to us from our parents and from their grandparents and so on, that was really on the sort of darker side of human experience, which, you know, there may have been, if you're watching this, you may have had in your own family issues of abuse, violence, destruction, deception, lack of clarity, lack of love, fears, and a lot of this negative energy. But as a soul, you've come here to sort of lift that vibration in love. And this could relate to people that are wanting to know about a particular soulmate, a particular relationship, twin flames, but anybody that you love, even if it's to do with your own children, you know, it can be any kind of relationship. But this is really, I mean, this is obviously about love here, but these cards are also about lifting the vibration to a new level. So I had a lot to say there. It's very powerful. That was really, really powerful. Okay, let me see what else we've got for one extra message from I love this deck, the Chakra Insight Oracle. Oops. Alright, I might just fan them out. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, follow the links below to my online store. Turnaround time is approximately 6 to 14 business days. You can also order emergency reading, which is 24 to 48 hour turnaround time as well. So I do have that option now. Somewhere here. Grounding. Oh, that makes so much sense. All right, so because there's so much energy coming in at the moment with eclipses, and as I said, we're in the eclipse season, things are very, very intense. The need for grounding is huge. So anyone that does any kind of spiritual practice, it's probably not emphasized enough that because we can open up the higher chakras very easily, if you're an empath or if you're naturally psychic, you can really accidentally become very unanchored to the earth, which can be quite dangerous because it can leave you very much stuck in your head and not in your physical body, where you can really be centered in yourself and be more stabilized. And it's really important if you're accessing higher information to be very stable in your physical body. So this is about that. This is talking about getting out into nature, grounding yourself, walking barefoot on the grass, doing a grounding meditation as well. There's many different ways you can ground yourself, but it's really, really important for your own inner stability, okay? So that's an extra message this week, and it makes sense with all the intense astrological energies and the frequencies changing and shifting at this time, all right? So thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I really wish everybody has an amazing week. Thank you. Have a great week. Bye.